Welcome to Nightmare Report. Story number 1. Black Xbox Series X. Barely used. Need gone tonight. The listing had been posted on Craigslist less than an hour earlier. The price was stupid low. $200. That should have been my first warning. The seller's name was just Mike. No profile picture, no reviews, nothing. But I'd been trying to buy one for months, and at the time, my brain cared more about the deal than the red flags. I texted him, "I'm here." A few seconds later, my phone buzzed. Behind the station, white van. That made me pause. I looked around the gas station, empty pumps, no workers inside, just the buzzing fluorescent lights and the sound of traffic far off on the highway. Then I saw it. A white cargo van parked near the dumpsters behind the building. No windows, engine running. I should have left right then. Instead, I told myself I was overthinking. I walked over slowly, hands in my hoodie pocket, trying to act casual. The closer I got, the more uneasy I felt. The van's headlights were off, but I could see someone sitting in the driver's seat. The window rolled down halfway. A man leaned toward it, mid-40s maybe, bald, thin face. He didn't smile once. "You got cash?" His voice sounded rough, like he hadn't spoken all day. "Yeah," I said. "Get in. Xbox is in the back." Every alarm bell in my head went off. I laughed awkwardly and shook my head. "Nah, can you just bring it out?" For a second, he just stared at me. Then he sighed heavily like I'd annoyed him. "Fine." He opened the side door of the van, and that's when I noticed something strange. The inside wasn't empty. There was another person sitting in the back, perfectly still. I couldn't make out their face in the darkness. I remember taking one slow step backward. The driver noticed immediately. "You scared or something?" he asked. I forced a laugh again. "Nah, just being careful." The second person finally moved, slowly, too slowly, like they'd been sitting there for a long time. Then I heard it, a faint metallic clink, like chains hitting the floor. My stomach dropped. The guy in the driver's seat suddenly got irritated. "You want the Xbox or not?" I looked past him toward the back of the van again. That second person wasn't looking at me. They were looking down, and I realized their hands looked tied together. I felt cold instantly. Every instinct screamed, "Run." I muttered, "Actually, never mind," and turned away fast. The driver yelled after me, "Hey!" I didn't look back. I started walking faster toward my car. Then I heard the van door slam. Footsteps. Fast footsteps. I spun around. The bald man was coming toward me quickly, one hand tucked inside his jacket. "Yo, you wasting my time?" he shouted. I reached my car, fumbling my keys so badly I dropped them on the pavement. The guy kept getting closer, 30 feet away, 20. I finally grabbed the keys, unlocked the door, and jumped inside. The second I slammed it shut, the man hit my window with his palm hard enough to shake the glass. His expression had completely changed. No fake friendliness anymore. He looked furious. Then he said something I'll never forget. "You shouldn't have seen that." I threw the car into reverse so fast I almost hit the pump behind me. The van's headlights suddenly turned on, and then it started following me. I sped out of the gas station onto the highway, heart pounding so hard I could barely breathe. The van stayed behind me for almost 5 miles. Every turn I made, it made too. I finally pulled into a crowded truck stop packed with people and bright lights. The van slowed near the entrance, then just drove away. I sat there for almost an hour, shaking. I ended up calling the police and giving them the Craigslist listing, but by then the post had already been deleted. No plate numbers, no names, nothing. A few days later, I searched local news articles online. There was a report about a missing person from a town about 30 minutes away. The article said they were last seen getting into a white van after arranging to meet someone online. And ever since then, I've never bought a single thing off Craigslist again. Story number 2. It started with a Craigslist ad posted at 11:43 p.m. Vintage arcade machine. Cheap. Must pick up tonight. No pictures except one blurry photo of an old Pac-Man cabinet sitting in darkness. The listing said the owner was moving out by morning and needed it gone immediately. $200 for a machine worth at least $1,000. I should have known something was wrong. But I'd been collecting arcade cabinets for years, and deals like that almost never happened. So I emailed the seller. He responded instantly, just an address, no name, no phone number, just come after midnight, don't bring anyone. That part sat weird with me, but I figured maybe the guy was older or paranoid. Craigslist is full of strange people. The address was almost an hour outside town. The further I drove, the more empty everything became. Streetlights disappeared, houses got farther apart. Eventually it was just trees and long stretches of dark road lit by my headlights. GPS kept cutting out. Then I turned onto this narrow gravel road that looked like it hadn't been paved in decades. That's when I noticed there were no other houses around. Just one. At the very end of the road, an old 2-story place sitting alone in complete darkness. No porch light, no lights inside, nothing. I remember stopping my car and thinking, this is exactly how people end up missing. But I was already there, and honestly, curiosity overpowered common sense. I grabbed my flashlight and walked up to the house. The front door was already open, not wide open, just cracked enough to show darkness inside. Then I heard a man's voice somewhere deeper in the house. Back room. No greeting, no footsteps, just those 2 words. My stomach immediately tightened. I should have left right then, but I stepped inside. The house smelled wrong, like mildew and wet wood. The floor creaked with every step, and the only sound besides that was this faint buzzing noise somewhere upstairs. I kept shining my flashlight around, expecting to see furniture or moving boxes. There was nothing. The place looked abandoned, dust everywhere, wallpaper peeling off the walls, no signs anyone actually lived there. Then my flashlight landed on something near the hallway, a wheelchair, old, rusted, and strapped to the armrest and duct tape. That's when fear really hit me. I called out, "Hello?" No answer. Then I noticed something else. The buzzing sound upstairs had stopped, completely, like whoever was making it had suddenly gone silent. I backed toward the front door, slowly, and then I heard footsteps above me. Heavy footsteps, walking from one side of the second floor to the other, directly over my head. The floorboards groaned with each step. Then they stopped, right above the hallway. I froze, and then came this loud slam from upstairs. Not accidental, deliberate, like someone had just thrown open a door. That's when survival instinct finally kicked in. I turned and walked fast toward the exit. Not running yet, just trying not to panic. But right before I reached the front door, I heard another voice behind me, closer this time, almost whispering. "You came alone, right?" I spun around with the flashlight. Nobody there, but I heard movement upstairs again, faster now, like someone rushing toward the staircase. I ran, full sprint to my car. I dropped my keys twice trying to unlock it, and while I was fumbling, I looked back at the house. There was a figure standing in the upstairs window, tall, completely still, watching me. I got the car started and peeled out of there so fast I nearly slid into a ditch, and this is the part that still messes with me. The next morning, I searched Craigslist for the listing again. Gone. No trace of it. I even drove back out during the daytime a week later with a friend because part of me thought maybe I imagined how bad it was. But the house was empty, completely boarded up, and according to the neighbor down the road, nobody had lived there in almost 8 years. Story number 3. It started with a Craigslist post that looked completely normal. A silver 2011 Honda Accord, clean title, only 98,000 miles. Asking price, $4,200. For someone like me, it almost felt too perfect. I was a 32-year-old nurse who had just moved outside a small town in Ohio after a divorce. Money was tight, and my old Ford finally gave out in the hospital parking lot. I needed something cheap, reliable, and fast. The seller called himself Daniel. His messages were polite, normal. He answered every question without hesitation and even sent extra pictures of the car from different angles. Nothing felt suspicious, but there was one thing I thought was odd. He refused to meet during the day. He said he worked long shifts doing road construction and could only meet after 9 p.m. I almost backed out, but he kept lowering the price. Eventually, he offered the car for $3,500 cash if I came that night. That's what convinced me. At around 9:40 p.m., I left my apartment and drove my sister's car toward the address Daniel sent me. The GPS led me farther and farther away from town until streetlights disappeared completely. The road became narrow, empty, nothing but woods on both sides. I almost turned around twice. Then I saw the house. It sat alone at the end of a gravel driveway, nearly a quarter-mile long. No neighboring homes, no porch lights except one dim yellow bulb above the garage. The Honda Accord was parked outside exactly like the photos. That made me relax a little. I texted my sister the address, just in case, then stepped out of the car. The air was dead quiet, no crickets, no traffic, nothing. Then a man walked out from the garage, tall, thin, late 40s maybe. He smiled immediately and waved. "Melissa, glad you made it." Everything about him seemed slightly off, not threatening exactly, just awkward, like he was trying too hard to act normal. He talked fast while showing her the car, barely letting her answer questions. Melissa noticed his hands were shaking the entire time. Still, the car looked good, cleaner than expected. I asked if I could drive it. That's when his expression changed for just a second. Not anger, more like disappointment. Then he forced another smile. "Actually," he said, "the battery's been acting weird tonight, but I can fix it real quick in the garage." He opened the garage door wider. I got a feeling so strong it made my stomach drop instantly. Inside the garage were no tools, no shelves, no workbench, just an old metal chair sitting alone in the center of the concrete floor, and beside it, rolls of duct tape. I froze. Daniel noticed me staring and quickly stepped between me and the garage. That's when I heard something, a muffled sound, like a weak thump, coming from somewhere inside the house. Daniel heard it too, and for the first time, he stopped smiling. I backed away immediately and said I suddenly remembered I needed to get cash from an ATM first. I expected him to argue. Instead, he stepped closer, real close, and quietly said, "You shouldn't leave after coming all this way." Every survival instinct in my body went off at once. I turned around and ran straight to the car. Behind me, I heard the gravel crunching fast. He was chasing me. I jumped into the driver's seat and locked the door, right as Daniel slammed both hands against the window hard enough to crack it. Then his entire personality changed. No more smiling. He started screaming at her, not yelling to come back, screaming things like, "You saw too much. You weren't supposed to look inside. Get out of the car." I threw the car into reverse so fast I nearly drove into a ditch before speeding down the gravel road. But when I looked in the mirror, Daniel wasn't following me. He was just standing there in the driveway, watching. Still. The police searched the property the next morning. Daniel was gone, but inside the house they found disturbing things. Women's clothing, multiple phones, zip ties, IDs belonging to 2 missing women from neighboring counties, and in the basement, a locked room. Police never publicly released everything they found there. Daniel's real name wasn't even Daniel, and to this day, he's never been caught. Story number 4. I found the listing around 11 p.m. on Craigslist. Property cleanup help needed, cash paid same day. That was the title. The guy claimed he had inherited some land outside of town and needed help clearing junk out of an old shed before selling the place. He offered me $300 for a few hours of work. At the time, I was behind on rent. My hours had just been cut at work, and honestly, I wasn't thinking clearly. His name was Rick. No profile picture, no real details, just an email and a phone number. I texted him. He replied, "Need someone tomorrow evening, wear work clothes, It's a little remote. That should have been my first red flag. The next evening, I drove almost 40 minutes out past the edge of town. The GPS eventually stopped recognizing street names and switched to dirt roads. No houses nearby, no lights, just trees and empty fields. The address led to this old farmhouse sitting way back from the road. I almost turned around right there, but then I saw a porch light flip on. A man stepped outside waving. He looked to be in his late 50s, tall, thin, gray beard. He wore dirty jeans and work gloves, even though it was already getting dark. "Chris?" he called. I nodded. "Glad you made it." His voice sounded normal enough. Calm, friendly even. I followed him toward the backyard, where an old shed sat near the tree line. The place smelled damp, like mildew and standing water. He handed me a flashlight. "Most of the junk's inside there," he said. "Just toss anything rotten into the burn pile." I opened the shed door, and immediately something felt wrong. There wasn't much inside, just random trash, broken chairs, old boxes, no actual cleanup job, almost like the shed had been staged. I remember turning around and seeing him just standing there watching me, not helping, not talking, just staring. "You live out here alone?" I asked. "Mostly," he said, "mostly." That word stuck with me. About 20 minutes passed. The entire time I had this weird feeling in my stomach, like I was being watched from somewhere else too. Then I noticed something near the back wall of the shed, a camera, small, mounted high in the corner, pointed directly at me. I froze. "Why do you have a camera in here?" He didn't answer right away. Then he smiled. "Security." I laughed nervously, trying to brush it off, but my heart was already pounding. I grabbed my phone from my pocket to check the time. No service. That's when he stepped closer and said something I'll never forget. "You know, most people wouldn't even know where you came tonight." Every alarm in my body went off. I told him I needed to leave, fast. His expression changed instantly. The smile disappeared. "No," he said quietly. "You're almost done." I started walking past him toward the yard, trying not to panic. He suddenly grabbed my arm hard enough to hurt. "Hold on." I yanked away and backed up. That's when I noticed another thing. Near the shed door were zip ties, a roll of duct tape, and what looked like stains on the concrete floor. I don't even remember deciding to run. I just took off. The second I did, I heard him sprinting behind me, not yelling, not threatening me, just running. That somehow made it worse. I reached my truck, jumped inside, and locked the doors right as he slammed into the side of it. He started pounding on the window, screaming for me to stop. His entire personality had changed. His face looked furious. I threw the truck into reverse so fast, I nearly slid into the ditch trying to turn around. As I sped off down the dirt road, I looked in the mirror. He was standing in the headlights, completely still again, just watching me leave. I drove until I got signal and called the cops. They actually went out there, but when officers checked the property later that night, the house was empty. No Rick, no cameras, nothing. The weirdest part? The address from the Craigslist listing technically didn't exist, and the phone number he used was disconnected by the next morning. I deleted Craigslist after that, and now anytime I see a job posting offering easy cash in the middle of nowhere, I keep scrolling.